Wrestling Fanboy here, and me and my brother, we finna discuss our 5 best matches for the year of 2024. Kind of speak to the phone.
What's up? What's up? We in the building.
Now, it's been some stinkers, but we're not gonna talk about the stinkers right now. We're gonna talk about the best matches. You got your 5, I got my 5, and we're gonna compare them because I'm pretty sure we have 2, maybe more, but we have 2 of the same matches on the card. I can guarantee that.
Probably so.
But without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, kick it off.
But my first, well, they ain't in any particular order. But I'm gonna start from the bottom. I got CM Punk versus Drew. Bad Blood. I got Sting last match with Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks.
Okay.
I got Swerve versus Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
I got Sammy versus Gunther. And then I got Cody versus Roman. And if we might go into explanations, but that's my list.
Okay. So I have a match on here that's interchangeable. So I actually have 6 best matches because I only had one from AEW, and you said one of them. And
Which one was it?
Daniel Bryan versus Swerve Strickland, All In. Yeah, Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland. That was a good match. I like Sting last match, but I ain't put it on here.
I put it on there. I put that on there because Sting is one of my favorite wrestlers, and that was his last match, and it wasn't a bad one.
Understandable. But that's the only AEW match I got. And like I said, it's interchangeable with my other matches. So we're gonna consider that an honorable mention. I got straight WWE matches. Now, I could have had some New Japan, but I ain't been on New Japan like I normally do. So I'm gonna try to catch back up come Wrestle Kingdom.
I had an honorable mention myself.
What's that?
Cody versus AJ.
The I Quit match?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good match too. But I got, like you said, no specific order. I got CM Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. Gunther versus Randy Orton, King of the Ring Finals. Io Sky versus Bayley, WrestleMania 40. Roman versus Cody, WrestleMania 40. And then I like this match a lot. I got Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman, the last monster standing. I like that match a lot. So, yeah. Why did you pick the matches you picked? Like, getting to it.
Because Cody versus Roman was that match of the year. It was built as the biggest match of the year. It had everything that everybody was looking for. John Cena, The Rock, Undertaker. I ain't gonna get mad too much at Stone Cold, but it was supposed to have Stone Cold, but we gonna get back to that. And then Sammy versus Gunther. That match was all heart. And I'm like, Gunther put on good matches and Sammy put on a good match. And when you thought the match was over, it still wasn't over.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve and Daniel Bryan, I like that match because I never thought them two would meet and fight, especially for a championship, and especially it being coming down to Daniel Bryan's last matches. So I'm like, I like that. And then Sting, as I said, one of my favorite wrestlers. his last match, technically. And the Drew versus CM Punk match with the blood, bad blood in the cage with the blood and everything. I'm like, they told a good story and the match wasn't bad.
Understandable.
And then my honorable mention, totally AJ put on the clinic. I had another honorable mention too. And
what's that?
Real versus Becky when Becky was sick.
Oh, what, at WrestleMania? The opener?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it is a good one too. I picked Gunther and Randy Orton because, for one, it went on for a long time, so we ain't gonna hold that against it. But it told a story, and it is one of the few matches that took place outside the ring a good portion of the match. And that sounds crazy and all, but you have two ring masters, two ring generals going to battle. And then I know the match ended in controversy, but it kind of told the story of how, you know, they might be each other equal. Like, you got the young, hungry, dominant Gunther going against somebody that used to be what Gunther is, and Randy Orton, the vet, the legend. You know? Yeah, so I just like the two clashes, because I can't even say clash of styles, because they more similar than people realize. Io and Bayley, you know, the build up to it, you know, Bayley built Damage Control only for Damage Control to turn on her. And she won the Royal Rumble. I was happy. You know, Bayley, one of my favorites. And Io Sky is one of the best women wrestler superstar performers on the planet. And she always put on a good match. And Bayley always put on a decent match. And so this match was surprisingly good. That's why it's on my list. Everything you said about Roman and Cody, true. It had everything. It had the spectacle. It had the entertainment. It had the wrestling. It was nostalgic. You know, it was that. And then CM Punk, Drew McIntyre was surprisingly, you know, the match of that night. It should have main evented that PLE. I think we said that. I don't think it did.
Nope.
But it should have. Because it definitely stole the show. You know, it was like, CM Punk looked good, Drew McIntyre looked good. Both of them came out looking like $1 million.
And then nobody get buried.
Nobody, like, in no type of way got buried. They both still look strong from that. And it was the biggest feud of the year. Biggest rivalry of the year. And that was the climax of it. That was the end for it. And it was a grand stage, really, to be honest. Bad Blood, you brought back a classic PLE, and that was your headline. So that match just had it all too. And like I said, I just like Bronson versus Braun Strowman because it was like a car crash. The build up to that was crazy. They was destroying everything. And the match, two big meaty men, like Big E be saying, you know, slapping meat, pause. But they was going at it, you know. Both of them looked good coming out that match. And it was also the return of Seth Rollins. So that image of Seth Rollins at the end of the match, you know, curve stomping Bronson Reed and just standing over the carnage that them two caused, man, I just liked it. I really did. It should have been on a PLE, but I'm glad we got it for free. But, so, out of all the matches that you put on that card, what is your favorite match from that card?
Roman versus Cody.
Okay.
Because they built that match has been built for years, and they told a great story with Cody finally finishing his story to get the belt for his dad. I'm like, everything about that match was a 10 out of 10. I'm like, they wrestled, the storytelling. I'm like, the people involved. I'm like, it just, it was a great match.
Classic.
Yep.
That's also my favorite one. That's why I'm like, yep. It everything you said 100% true. Worthy of the main event. You had who what you be calling the needle mover, you know, Mr. Consistency, you know. It was the end of his 4-year dominant reign against somebody questionably the only person that
Who could have took the belt?
Yeah, you know. I say questionably because I mean, if you really think about it, who else could have took the belt from Roman? Who else was worthy?
Nobody.
Like, so it's just everything, like the story, like how it was like back to back. Last year, Cody went forward. They put on a classic then. This year, they put on another classic. And then don't forget how the night before they went to War 2. It just was in a tag team match. You know, it was Cody and Self and the final boss, The Rock, and, you know, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So it just, everything about that match is probably hands down the best match of 2024, honestly. Like, this just, it is what it is. Like, I mean, the two biggest stars in the company, probably on the planet at that time, going to battle, man. You know?
Can't nobody be mad at that match. That match was what it was.
I mean, I can't even think of a really down point of the match, except for the fact that once you find out after the match, it was supposed to be Stone Cold instead of the Undertaker. I mean, that's the only gripe you can really have with that match. Because it was a perfect blend of Cody versus Roman, and then everything else. You even had the part where Jay and Jimmy made up for the night before, where they gave us that garbage match, and they had a good spot during the Roman Cody match. So
the spear off the ring.
Yeah, off the ramp. So, you know, yeah. So, I mean, it had it all. And plus, I think the Undertaker fitted in that spot better than Stone Cold, honestly. Even though Stone Cold would have got a bigger pop, I think Undertaker fit better because, you know, he got history with Roman. So, I think it just worked.
True.
But that's all we got, y'all, for this episode. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and, you know, come back here, and we'll be back with some more.